Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Liz Loves Books. Today is a really exciting video because I'm going to be doing a reading vlog for one specific book. And this is a collab with Ashley from Ashley Hearts Reading. So thank you so much for doing this collab with me. I'm really excited about it. And she's given me 3 book choices and I have also given her 3 book choices. And we each are going to pick one and read that in the vlog and hope that we love the choices we gave each other.
Hey Liz, thank you so much for asking me to do this collab with me. I'm very excited. So I'm going to be giving you 3 of my favorite books and let you decide which one you want to read. The first book is Behind Every Good Man by Sarah Goodman-Gaffino, and this was an absolute sleeper last year. I don't even remember where I saw it, where I found it, but I absolutely loved it. It was like such a 5-star. I can't wait to read more of her work. It's basically the Marvelous Miss Maisel, but with politics, which who wants to read about that, right? I know, but trust me. It's like in the 60s, and it's like this woman who kind of it's a self-discovery, coming of age, even though she's already an adult, but as a housewife in the 60s, some of these stories happened a little later in life, and she just like finds her worth and what she really deserves, and it is just amazing. The next book is Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell. I love everything Rainbow Rowell writes. So this is a really sweet romance where these 2 people are really good friends in high school. It kind of becomes more for a little bit, but then he goes off to the military and she goes on to college, and they like lose touch with each other. So at one of their high school reunions, they reconnect, and not only is there other simmering feelings there, but they've lost a friendship that was like so vital to their lives. So while there also is like romantic feelings there, they are determined not to let their friendship go again. He's still in the military. He's like a career military person. She's divorced with 2 kids. So it's just like going the distance and like going that extra mile for people that are really important to you, whether that's like friendship or otherwise. And so I just loved this like sweet love story. The last book is a new romantic that came out last year. I was able to get the ARC and I ordered my physical copy right after I finished. I absolutely loved it. And that is A Curse of Shadows and Ice by Katharina Mora. This is basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which I know you like, I think, and I love too. So that was like sold on that. It's just very much Beauty and the Beast retelling, kind of arranged marriage, curse breaking, all the stuff. And I just love this. I hope whichever one you pick is a 5-star. I know we have like a lot of different book views, so this will be very interesting. Like some of your favorite books I have not liked, vice versa, I'm sure. So this is like not guaranteed for us that we're gonna like love each other's books. So, but I'm very excited to get reading.
Hey everybody, I am here to update on the book that I chose to read for my and Ashley's collaboration video, and that book is A Curse of Shadows and Ice by Katharina Mora. I picked this one out of the 3 because one, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I've liked those in the past, and it's fantasy romance, and I haven't read a lot of that lately, so I figured maybe that would be a good vibe to fit in. And Ashley's gonna be so disappointed, but I have DNF'd the book. I got about 15% in, and I just could not handle the main character. I feel like her choices as a character and like her personality was very like, not wishy-washy, but like it just went from one extreme to the other. She would talk about how she's like so meek and mild and no one pays attention to her, to all of a sudden being like this super smart, super like witty, like sassy female main character with our MMC, and it just was too much of like a whiplash for me. And I was liking it in the beginning because I liked the idea and the plot of it, but it also just moved so quickly that I was like, okay, I feel like I just know exactly where this is heading, and I was just rather bored throughout all of it. Just her connection with the MMC also just was so forced and so rushed and so insta-love that I was like, okay, we're not getting any development between these characters, in my opinion. And I know that Ashley would love this book. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to just do this video on a DNF. I can't be doing that. So I switched to one of the other 2 choices, and Behind Every Good Man was the one that I was able to get access of because it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I decided to go with this one, and I am now 28% of the way through, so I've made it way further than the previous book, and I'm enjoying this book. So in this book, we are following our FMC. Her name is Beverly, and this takes place in, I believe, 1962, so early 60s. So As you can see a little bit from the cover, if there's not enough glare, she's your very typical 1960s housewife. She has 2 kids and her husband, and early on in the book, her husband is unfaithful, and so she immediately jumps into action and is not letting him buy the children. She's kicked him out of the house. She is like adamant that he is not going to come back, which, I mean, I loved. I think that's amazing, but also it was like a little intense because I'm like, this is 1962 and you're just immediately like thinking like this. But then again, maybe that's just like a stereotype. I'm sure there were plenty of women during that time that did the same thing and attempted to do the same things. So I'm trying to like take out my like modern day biases with that. And so she's basically just trying to find a job in order to be able to support her kids so she can stay in the house that her husband owns rather than moving into an apartment. And she goes through a couple jobs that just aren't working out for her, and then she stumbles upon one it's basically like a secretary for a potential political competitor. And since she grew up in like the political field with her father being in politics and growing up around that, she thought that she would be a great fit to be this man's campaign manager, and she's kind of having to prove herself to him and to his other campaign manager that he already has. And she is bringing in all of her new ideas for like interns for him, speeches, advertising, things like that, because of the experience she has from growing up with her father in politics. And she kind of has just like a natural knack for it, and everyone of course is not believing that she can do it because she's a woman in early 1960s. And so she is just setting out to prove everybody wrong, and that's pretty much where I've gotten to so far in this. It reads really fast. It's really easy to read. I mean, I'm not a super fast reader, and I'm at 28%, and I started it just today as of filming, so it's reading really quickly, which is always really nice, and I think that the writing flows much better than the previous book, and I'm enjoying it a lot more. So I'm gonna come back with an update once I get further into the book. Hey everybody, so I have my final update for Behind Every Good Man by Sarah Goodman Confino, and it's an exciting update. So I finished it yesterday and I ended up giving the book 4 stars. I had a really good time with it. It was really easy to read, really fast to get through. I read it in like 2 days. I mean, granted, it wasn't that long of a book, but reading a book in 2 days right now is like a miracle for me. So I can give credit where it's due. I gave it a 4-star because I thought that the writing was really solid, and like the through line of the story, the characters, the plot were always like really solid and really like consistent. So I think that's really important when I give a 4-star. And then also I thought just like the plot itself was really interesting. I'd never really read a historical fiction that was like that book before. So it was really interesting also to see like the author weave through like actual like politics that happened during that time in the early 1960s where the book is set. So I really enjoyed that as well. And I loved the little bits of romance that we got. I thought that was a really good way to incorporate romance into a historical fiction, because if it's not like a historical romance, typically like there's no romance at all, or there's like too much. So I thought this was a nice, good like little sprinkling of it, which made me very happy. And I also just really loved our main character. I learned to like her a lot more as the book went on. I think it was nice to see a female character of that time not conform to the typical norms, as well as like even like her mother in the book, even though she was from an even more like stricter time for women, she was like also now becoming like, no, you just do what you want, you know. And as well as her friends that supported her too. But then I also think it was good because they also still incorporated some of that bias and like expectations on women, which did happen at the time, so you do have to like deal with it and explain it. So I thought that was really good. Again, it was the connection through the whole storyline and the plot and characters that really got me to give it the 4-star. I think I'll probably look into some more of Sarah's books in the future if I'm looking for something easy to read, it has good characters, good plot, and also all of her books are on KU too, so that's really, really exciting. So yeah, I gave this one 4 stars, which is much better than the previous book I tried to read for this vlog, and I think this is like the first time, not the first time, but like one of the few times where Ashley and I have like somewhat agreed on a star rating. So there are books out there that we both can agree on. You just gotta search for them a little bit. So yeah, Ashley, thank you so much for doing this collab video with me, and I look forward to maybe doing more in the future. And yeah, I really enjoyed the book, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Comment below, like, and subscribe if you want more content like this, and I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye guys.